Today we're going to install a Madjax LED light kit on a club car gas model. Included with the kit is the headlight, tail lights, front harness, inline fuse, and a gas harness adapter, which is sold separately. Now let's get started. First thing you want to do is switch the cart to the off position and engage the parking brake. We're going to start here at the dash panel. We're going to remove and retain the two screws located at the bottom of the panel here and here, as well as the screw in the top. You'll notice that this cart already has a factory light kit installed, but don't worry, all the steps are still the same. As you can see here, we have our factory light harness. We're going to go ahead and take all these components off. If you don't have a light kit on your cart, you can skip this step. Disconnect the harness from your headlight and pull it through the dash. Now that we're back to what it looks like with no light kit installed, you'll see the 9-pin male adapter here that comes out of the cart harness. You're going to plug that in to your gas harness on the 9-pin side, like so. Now we're going to take the 12-pin male connector from the light harness and attach it to the 12-pin female on the new gas harness. The other 9-pin here would go for your ultimate light kit. Next, we're going to feed the rectifier and the 6-pin for our headlight down through the channel located here behind the dash. We'll secure these later. Now we can install our new light switch. You'll notice that it has a LED on the bottom side. If you look on the back side, you'll see that the black wire is plugged into the spade directly behind the LED. The brown wire is in the center and the yellow is on the top. We're going to disconnect this and unscrew the nut from the back side. We're going to use a 15-30 seconds drill bit or a 7/16 drill bit and drill a hole in the face of our dash panel. Now this cart already has a light switch. We're going to replace this one, but you will usually find a little small dimple here in this location. That's a great spot to put the switch. Just be sure when you drill that there's no wires that can get caught on the drill bit. Now we're going to install our switch into the dash and secure with the nut that we took off earlier. Then we're going to take our black, yellow, and brown wires and reattach it to the back side of our switch. Remember, the black wire goes on the spade directly behind the LED. In this case, it's on the bottom. The brown goes to the center lead, and then the yellow on the very top. These 4 wires are not used. The 9-pin on the other side of the harness here goes to the Ultimate Light Kit turn signal assembly. If you're installing that, do so now. If you need help, you can click the link below. We're going to push our wires back into our dash access and reattach our dash. We're going to remove the headlight or your factory bumper from the front of the frame. Directly behind the headlight or bumper, there's 2 factory bolts that hold it in place. We're going to use a 13mm socket on the bottom and a 10mm socket on the top, and retain the hardware. You're going to remove these 2 bolts from the front of the frame here and here. Retain these bolts because that's what we're going to use to install our headlight. Now we're going to attach our rectifier with a self-tapping screw to the frame. First thing we're going to do is plug in the 6-pin connector behind your headlight to the 6-pin connector that we pushed through the dash. You'll notice on the back side of the light, there's 4 mounting tabs here. These tabs will go on the top and the bottom side of the frame, and we're going to secure it with the hardware that we took our bumper off with. To install our tail lights, we're going to mark our hole location here on the rear body. First thing you're going to do is measure up from the top of the underbody 1.5 inches and make a mark. Then we're going to measure 2 1/4 inches from the flat edge of the rear body. So not the curved part, but right where the curved part turns flat, 2 1/4 inches over, and make another mark. This location marks our spot where we're going to make about a 1 to 1.5 inch hole here so that the back side of our tail light will recess into the rear body and we can feed in our 3-pin plug. We're going to use a cutting tool and cut out a small hole and use our safety glasses. Now we're going to use a wire snake and fetch the factory harness tail light pin through the rear body. For the tail lights, the white 3-pin connector goes to the driver's side, the red 3-pin connector goes to the passenger side. On the back side of the light, you'll notice a tear off for the tape. Go ahead and remove that and then press the tail light to the rear body as shown. Next, we're going to use the supplied screws and attach the tail light to the rear body at these 2 locations. You don't have to tighten the screws too hard because you will split the plastic. We're going to repeat this on the other side. Now we're going to attach the fuse to the 2 blue wires located in our engine compartment. The way you find the 2 blue wires is there's one that comes off of the little red wire on the solenoid here, and then it turns into a blue and it splits. So that blue wire with the female spade connector there. Also, there's a blue wire that comes out of the main cart harness here. These 2 is what will connect to our fuse. So what we're going to do is we don't need this extra wire. We're going to pull it off of the back side of the fuse and simply connect these 2 directly to the fuse. You now finished installing your Madjax light kit on a Precedent gas model.